Okay, you know that feeling, right? When you are completely, utterly stuck. I mean, you're doing everything right, you're putting in the work, but nothing. The needle just won't move. Well, today, we're going to totally reframe what you think you know about patience, because it's not just about sitting around waiting. It's about building this incredible, unseen strength deep down inside.
And it almost always starts here, doesn't it? With hope. You've looked for the answers, you've prayed, maybe you've meditated, or just put all your hope out there, really believing a change has got to be coming.
And so you wait. You do what feels like the absolute hardest part. You just hold on. You trust that whatever you're hoping for, it's got to be right around the corner. You've done your part, right? Now it's just time.
And then, there's just nothing. The silence is just deafening. The situation, it's exactly the same. That door is still stubbornly shut. And this is the moment, right here, where all that hope starts to curdle into frustration.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. This part of the journey, man, it can be so tough. We're talking about that emotional spiral that kicks in when we feel stuck. It's not really about the waiting itself, It's about what that waiting does to us on the inside.
This whole emotional slide, it tends to follow a pretty predictable path. We all start out hopeful, right? But wait long enough, and that hope just gets worn down until you're just tired. And that tiredness, it sours into frustration. And that's when we get sharp. We start snapping at the people we love, feeling all this pressure build up until we just can't take it anymore. And that's the thing. This really uncomfortable time of waiting, it's so much more than just a delay. It's like it holds up a giant mirror to us. It shows us exactly where our limits are. It exposes how badly we need to be in control and just how uncomfortable we are when things don't move at our speed.
So, this leads us to a really, really important idea. Before we can even talk about what true patience is, we've got to pull the mask off the fake version, the counterfeit patience that honestly most of us are using without even knowing it.
And wow, this comparison just hits the nail on the head. So on one side, you've got this counterfeit patience. It's really just suppression, right? It's you gritting your teeth, swallowing all that frustration, using pure willpower not to lose it. But underneath all that, resentment is just building and building. But then, on the other side, you see something totally different, something grown from a much deeper place. It's not about ignoring the tension. It's about holding it. It's fueled by trust, not by force. It means you can wait without just checking out, and you can endure without becoming bitter.
Okay, so what does this stronger, more authentic kind of patience even look like? Well, the idea we're going to explore uses this amazing metaphor that can completely flip how we think about waiting. It shifts us away from just passively sitting there to something active, something powerful and hidden. And here it is. This is the absolute core of what we're talking about today. See, real patience, it isn't about what you can see happening on the surface. It's all about the quiet, unseen work going on underground, building a foundation, growing strong for whatever comes next. It's an active thing, not a passive one.
So let's be super clear on the definition we're using. Patience isn't about doing nothing at all. It's the ability to stay steady, to stay present and connected, even when progress is painfully slow and you have no idea what the outcome's going to be. It's all about strength under restraint.
And this is why our patience breaks so often. It's because our roots are shallow. Think about it. We're trying to get our stability from all these external things, right? We need to see immediate results, visible progress. We need people to tell us we're doing okay. And the moment those things disappear, our patience just collapses because its entire source is gone.
Okay, so let's get really practical. How do we actually start to grow these kinds of deep roots in our own lives? Well, it all starts by asking ourselves a few really honest questions. So, the first step is just to get aware. Ask yourself this: where in my life, right now, am I most tempted to just rush the process? Is it at work, in a relationship, some personal goal? And then dig a little deeper. Why? What's really driving that urge? Is it fear? Insecurity? Next up, think about a delay you're facing right now and look at it like a checkup. What is this waiting period showing you about what you really put your trust in? Is it maybe exposing that you were counting on a certain outcome to make you feel happy or secure instead of finding that strength inside yourself? And finally, this last question is really an invitation. It's asking you to imagine what would happen if you just let go. Let go of that white-knuckle grip you have on the outcome.
What would actually change if you could trust the timing of it all instead of trying to manage it every second?
Okay, so beyond just asking the questions, here are 3 really simple, actionable things you can do to start building this muscle, like today. First, when you feel that urge to force something, just pause. Ask yourself, is this impulse coming from a place of trust, or is it just frustration? Second, try to shift your focus. Instead of thinking, how long is this going to take? Ask, what am I learning right now in this season? And third, just practice responding slowly. Intentionally slow down just one of your responses today. Just create a little bit of space.
Now, when we start to actually do these things, even in tiny little ways, something fundamental starts to shift inside of us. And honestly, it changes everything.
And here's the big shift. It's this. You stop measuring your progress by how fast you're going. I mean, our world is obsessed with speed, with shortcuts and life hacks. But true patience invites us to use a totally different yardstick, depth. We stop caring so much about speed, and we start valuing deep, steady, resilient growth.
And the results of that shift, wow, they are so real. You'll actually start to notice your own reactions slowing down. That constant pressure from the outside world, it just loses its urgency. You'll find you can hold on to faith or hope without it spiraling into despair. And you can love people and stay engaged without completely burning out because you're not trying to force the outcome anymore.
And all of this brings us to this one final powerful thought. It's really a summary and a challenge wrapped up in one. What would it look like for you to truly trust the work that's happening where you can't even see it yet? Because that's the heart of patient endurance. It's believing that even in the stillness, maybe especially in the stillness, deep roots are growing.